Alright, welcome back to Flights in 2024. Welcome back to the Neofly series. This is of course episode 39. Welcome for the first time on the channel to the Twin Otter, and welcome back to Horn Island, just off the coast of Northern Australia, where we finished off in the previous episode. So today, it's a beautiful early morning here. There's some low clouds, which is a little bit of a concern, but hopefully we can stay underneath them. But like I mentioned in the previous episode, we are going to be doing some island hopping today in the Twin Otter. I hope that's everything. There's no chocks with this, right? Doesn't seem like it. Cool. So if we jump aboard here, we should be able to start getting things set up. Why did I not get in? Because now, oh, it is closed. Okay, let's get rid of this and this. And there's already lights on, which is very strange, considering I haven't switched the battery on as far as I know. Okay, this is actually going to be the first time I fly the Twin Otter ever on this channel. Let's just reset everything. Very nice. Okay, so the sun is just about to rise. We are going to be doing a couple of hops around the islands here, just north of north of Australia and south of Papua New Guinea. So I'm gonna have to try and figure out the Twin Otter as we go. So one thing I do know with Neofly is it loads everything into there's two tanks. So there's an aft tank and a forward tank. Well, actually there's four tanks. There's two center tanks and we've got two wing tanks. I still haven't figured out quite how to get the wing tanks to work. I'm assuming doing that should do it, but we need to flip this onto the forward tank, because that's where Neofly puts most of the fuel. It doesn't put anything in the aft tank. Right, that's good. Okay, lights, anti-collision and beacon bleeds on. The rest is fine for now. We'll turn on generators once the engines are running. So let's go ahead and fire up engine number left. The strobe is on. Oh, it's up, off. Yeah, that should be... Oh, strobes are part of anti-collision then. Yeah, it would seem so. That does kind of make sense. Okay, there's engine 1 coming up. Go ahead and fire up engine number 2. These should definitely be on. Turn on the taxi lights so long. Generator left.
Where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
Okay, flaps for takeoff. Generator right. That's it. Taxi lights are now on. Okay, let's see. This stays on until we kind of push the throttles up. Right, this is because we need to go and actually move the prop levers forward. This doesn't really make sense actually, because that is forward pressure and we're on the forward tank. That's weird. Okay, so we'll have to just kind of leave that because we're missing fuel here. And then I'm going to have to look up how to get the wing tank fuel into the tanks. I thought this would show the wing tank quantity, but it seems to show nothing. So that's kind of interesting. Right, but I think we give it a try. Oh, I should probably put in our route. So these displays are super bright for some reason. Is there a way that I can turn the brightness down? Oh, that's still... Yo. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's go... Oh, there's no... The flight plan button is broken. Right, we're starting off at YHID for Horn Island. we're going to YYKI. York Island. Perfect. That's in. It's there. Click this way. Very nice. That one's still aligning. So we'll probably not move until that's done. There we go. We can stay on our flight plan. And I'm going to hand fly it for now. We might just kick the autopilot in at some point if we really need to. I'm going to stay under these clouds. We're just island hopping along here. How far is it? It is 82 miles. Okay, so it's a bit further than I initially thought. Right, let's ditch the parking brake. We should get moving straight away here. Okay, a nice, very early morning start. Right, I'm going to bump the RPMs back because we're accelerating a lot already. Is there a windsock out here? Not that I can remember. Don't see a windsock anywhere. Okay, we'll just give it a go, I suppose. That was a little bit abrupt. Okay, let's get all the lights on then. That's off, so that can come on. That's fine. Pitot heat we don't need. But then there's more lights over here, so landing lights left and right. Cool. Right, prop can go full now. Props, I suppose. We have two. Okay, so it's going to be a nice, easy, straightforward departure, gentle right-hand turn. We're basically just under our max takeoff weight, although we don't have a lot of fuel. That's the plan, and then we're just going to stay under the clouds, so nice and low. Head over to our first island stop. There's a windsock there. Got a little bit of a tailwind, if anything. Okay, flaps coming up. Check at that. If it would be a good idea to actually pick up a twin Otter with floats, so that, you know, if you ever have, I mean, we do have two engines, but if you ever did have an emergency, you could land. I mean, look how calm the water is. That's crazy. Let's bring the props back. What a beautiful morning. Okay, we should be able to do 1,500 feature. I think that'll work nicely. So let's see, if I dial this to 1,005. let's just do that. It should go into roll. We're already at 1008. Okay, let's do 2000. Right now I need a heading bug here. That'll work. Oh, we're just below 2,000 feet. It's probably fine. That is not fine. Where on earth is it going? Clouds don't look very good up ahead. Okay, now I gotta just figure out this autopilot. So we're looking at about a 30-minute flight. It's not long. I think it would be a pretty good idea to have a floats version of the Twin Otter for operating out here, just in case you had anything go wrong. You've got plenty of space to land. Do this. There's nothing for vertical speed here. If I just trim. Oh, that doesn't work either. Doesn't appear to do anything. Okay, if we disconnect the autopilot, nose over a bit, then reconnect while we're descending and arm that. No, it still climbs. Okay, I don't know how this autopilot works. .25 it is. Right, what is going on with our heading? Go anywhere near that heading bug. Put it into nav, will it follow the GPS? It seems like it will, actually. What heading is it aiming for? Are these synced up? Yeah, the two sides are totally synced. That's very weird. Okay, I'm gonna have to use the GPS, I guess. using fuel pretty quickly. So I need to figure out how to use those wing tanks. The first post I find is that the wing tanks don't work. Okay, so it seems like possibly tanks might not actually be functional. That's the latest thing I can find. Well, that's going to be an issue because that's where most of our field is actually. I think we're gonna back this off a bit because we are pushing quite hard, which we don't really need to. Okay, 23 minutes out from our first island, which is York. This has actually come up now. So I wonder if these are actually feeding into these tanks. And I wonder what these gauges are for. I guess we'll see how it goes. It's definitely coming up though. It's actually quite bumpy out here now, which is weird. Okay, there's a bit of wind that's picked up, you can see on the ocean now. Then it seems I've gotten, if these gauges aren't showing this, I've got no way of knowing how much fuel I have in the wingtips. Or, sorry, the wing tanks. Very cool aircraft though. Okay, so 22 minutes out, we'll see once we get there if there are any passengers for us to pick up going back to Horn Island, or possibly to any of the other islands around here. If not, we might have to head back empty, as the clouds are just growing and shrinking. So we'll see, but I reckon we're just going to do a couple of hops like this, maybe 2 or 3 for today's video. I'm trying to think of what other cool aircraft there would be to operate along the islands here. We use the Kodiak a lot. The Kodiak would obviously be awesome. I tried the Islander and Trilander, but they appear to not have been updated fully for Flight Sim 2024, so they had a couple of like audio issues and stuff that I couldn't get rid of. I don't know what's going on with the clouds, to be honest. So yeah, I wanted to fly those around here as well, but I'll have to wait until those have been completely fixed. I believe there was like a patch for them, except I bought them through the marketplace and it hasn't come through there just yet. So I have to see. This is very strange. Each time I look this way, the clouds grow, and then when I look back, they start like shrinking up again. It is very pretty though. Clouds just disappeared. So I don't know what Active Sky is doing. But anyway, now we have a beautiful sunrise over the ocean. And about 18 minutes to fly. To York Island. There's actually quite a few little islands out here with airstrips on them. I think this one is a little small. Oh no, this one does have. Yeah, you can actually see it. That island is basically just the airstrip. That is crazy. This is Warrior, YWBS. So we might actually be visiting that at some point. It is awesome. Wonder, is that actually a water runway? Why you'd really need one if you have an actual runway, I suppose. over on this side, it's actually not this island, but that island there also has an airstrip. That's Yam Island. And then in front of us is Coconut Island, which we'll see just now. The next one after that is York. It's weird, that big island has nothing on it, but the little one behind it has an airstrip. Okay, 15 minutes out. So our fuel tanks are now kind of balanced. Wonder if I put this here, is everything gonna be okay? Seems like it. I hope it's gonna stay like that and use the fuel from the wing tanks, because otherwise we're gonna be in a bit of trouble, I think. It's down low like this, we're gonna burn through fuel pretty quickly. So I think this is Coconut Island here. so that thin little island there is Coconut Island. That has an airstrip on it. That is crazy. Maybe if we have to come home empty, I might actually stop at these strips and see if there's anything for us to take. Keeping an eye on the fuel, it does appear to be using the wing tanks because those main tanks are not moving at all. That tiny little airstrip. Pretty windy out there. Imagine living on that tiny little island. Okay, it's just over 10 minutes out. Some really big islands out here with no airstrip. So that one and that one have nothing on them. But there's another tiny one in the background that's got an airstrip as well. And there's like a long strip over there. Oh, sorry, we can't see the second big one. So there's this one, little one, and then this long one. There's nothing on the big one. There's a smaller one out there, like the size of this, which has an airstrip on it. That looks like it's got a building on it. Can't even see that on the map. Oh, it can. Doesn't seem to be anything on there for rail. Let's look at the satellite image. Nope, there's nothing on there. On this one either. Okay, 8.5 minutes out. Degrees out there already. 9 knots of wind. Winds are coming from that direction, so we'll see what the runways look like, but we're probably going to be landing straight ahead-ish. I'll look on my Navigraph map here, see if I can see what it looks like. Oh, so we're basically almost perpendicular to it, so we want to go left and land 120. would be great if my heading bug worked. Okay, let's see. If I do this, is there any chance? Heading. Nope. It's not following this. Is it following this? I mean, it shouldn't. This has got nothing to do with that. I don't know what it's following. Okay, 5 minutes out. I think I can just see the island up ahead. I suppose after all that we could have actually climbed higher because the clouds all disappeared. It's kind of cool sightseeing as well. Okay, 4 minutes, 12 miles. Actually getting bounced around quite a bit now. The waves don't look crazy. It's just a little bit of wind. And one random cloud straight ahead. Aft and forward tanks now saying low fuel, but they're both sitting at about 1. So 1,000. So hopefully that means we are using the wing tanks. We must be, because those gauges haven't moved for ages. So might actually just have to fuel manually on the other flights rather than letting Neofly do it. Well, it's not the end of the world. At least it's working. It's just we have no way of knowing how much fuel we have in the wing tanks. Okay, 3 minutes, that's the island straight ahead of us. Might even just pass overhead and circle around to the left. Because the runway we're landing is like this. It's actually not, it's like this. let's take control. Right, we'll start descending, start slowing down. Get the props forward. Right, pretty short runway. So we want to touch down as close to the end as possible. It's going to be full flaps, full reverse, and we'll brake as we need to. Okay, so I don't really want to mess around and come in too fast. So we want to make this kind of loop that we're going to do to the left here nice and neat. There it is.
Terrain.
Bustling metropolis of York Island. So I don't want to make this too tight so that it's difficult to get this correct. We want to give ourselves a bit of space so you can be on speed, have everything lined up nicely. Right, let's start getting some flaps in here. The runway is basically straight behind this little island in front of us. Quite give myself as much space as I thought,
500.
but we're good. Twin Otter comes in nice and slowly. A lag on those turbine engines.
Minimums.
Sun in my face, which is not cool.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Transporter from dispatch. Nice landing. Go to the parking and put your parking brake on. I'll be in touch.
Check at that.
Contact
Even
ground
use the
for your parking
brakes.
assignment, then shut down your engine.
Remember when I said the runway was going to be a challenge? Not for the Twin Otter, it seems. I reckon we'll stop like here.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please ensure that you have all your personal belongings with you as you leave the aircraft. Also remember that smoking is only permitted in designated areas of the airport. You may now use your mobile and electronic devices if you wish to do so. Thank you and good afternoon.
Right, we will very quickly pick up our next set of passengers. So there's something sticking through your leg, bro. Right, oh, landing lights are still on. It's probably gonna drain the battery a bit. Okay, they are unloading. Let's see what we have to go with us from here. Okay, there's 14 passengers to go to Coconut
Transporter
Island.
from dispatch. Disembarkation completed. Thank you. See you soon for another mission.
You are clear to start your engine.
Load them up.
From dispatch to transporter. Let's take these passengers to their destination. Captain, we have opened the gates for boarding. The
Cool,
passengers
that's
are on
what
their
we're
way.
doing. YCCT. Okay, then I just need to come in and adjust this. So we're actually... See, I don't like that. That's not good.
Looks like everyone is on board, pilot. Let's get out of here.
Okay, that's better if we put it in the cargo. Cool, now we're correct. Wait for this trip. I don't think we even need to taxi. No, we should probably taxi back. We're full up with cargo and passengers. Well, not full on passengers. We do have a bunch of passengers on board, right? Okay, doors closed. Let's get the lights back on. Beacon's already on. Generators are off for now, that's fine. Landing lights are still on. Starting engine left. Starting engine right.
Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
Okay, let's see if we can cheat here quickly. Invert the flight plan. Perfect. And then in between these, so if I go down to this one, I should be able to do YCCT is Coconut Island. Oh damn. Okay, I forgot to switch that over again. What am I doing? Okay, I have to start that engine again. Island. Should put them in between. Sick. Okay, let's just do this again.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Okay, flaps are set. Let's release the brakes. We'll go full on the RPM. think I will just backtrack just to be safe. Okay, I've gone back on the RPM now that we've made that turn. I just needed a little extra power. Okay, that's all good. The one thing I didn't actually do is generators. That's bad. Okay, let's go full on the props. Okay, got a lot more fuel in that aft tank, oh sorry, in the forward tank this time. The twin Otter is pretty rugged, so it won't care if we dip a wheel into the gravel here. Should make this turn pretty easily, actually. Yep. Okay, so I see Active Sky just had an update, so we got some clouds now. But other than that, flaps are set. Props. Lights. Right, I think we're good to go. Let's release our parking brake, hold it on the brakes. Right, here we go. Flaps are only moving now because of that pneumatic pressure thing. Airspeed's alive. 60. And we're up.
Have a safe
Start
trip.
getting flaps
We hope
up.
you enjoyed your stay here. We'll look forward to welcoming you back soon.
Wind's picked up a little. Okay, it seems like it's ignored our Coconut Island waypoint. Okay, I'll try and actually stay at 1,000 feet this time because of the clouds. Okay, I'm just going to get us to 1,000 feet and sort of on course here, and then we'll figure out the GPS. Because I've got Coconut Island in there, but it seems to be going directly to back to Horn Island. Let's get the autopilot on. See, there's CCT. Oh, it's just showing us the total route, so it does look like this is actually working fine.
Don't sink.
Why does it feel like the autopilot is doing nothing? Because it is.
Don't sink.
Aha, maybe. Can't actually do autopilot below 1,000 feet. That would kind of make sense. Let's do 1,005 and see. Oh, we're only 8 minutes out from Coconut Island. Cruising along at like 800 feet here. It's 800 feet barrow. We're, yeah, probably 800 feet ish radio as well. Which does make sense, we're over the sea. There we go. The autopilot has engaged. Passengers apparently are struggling with hunger on our 8-minute flight across between islands. Okay, just 6 minutes now. Then we'll see what we can pick up at Coconut Island. Because there was nothing else going back to Horn Island or anything like that from York. So hopefully we can pick something up here that takes us either back to Horn or to one of the other little islands around here. This one is really small, so, oh mind you, the runway is 2,400 feet, it's not too bad. Clearly, I don't really have a good ability to judge the Twin Otter's performance because I thought the previous runway at York was going to be interesting, and we literally made it down before the apron even, and that apron's not even halfway down, so should have no issues here. I have 14 passengers on board, of which like half of them are very hungry. I don't have a flight attendant, so I can't actually serve food. Also, I don't think it would be done by the time we land anyway. Okay, I think we're gonna go around and land from this side. Also, this is not the island, it's the next one. I'm actually interested to see. So York Island, that runway is 3,200 feet. So this one is significantly shorter. But again, we used, let's say half. So call it 1,600 feet we used, which is still plenty more than we've got here. I mean, sorry, plenty less than we've got here. We've got a lot more to play with. Right, there is Coconut Island. What a beautiful day. Interesting, so it feels like you've got quite a bit of an area to play with the throttles, but then if you come below a certain point it just drops like a stone. Doesn't seem like the most aerodynamic aircraft I've ever seen, we'll admit. See, if I bring the throttles back there, look at the speed. It just tanks off. And then you got that turbine lag to contend with, so you got to just make sure you're on top of the speed. Otherwise, it can get slow very quickly, I'd imagine. Again, I've never actually flown the Twin Otter until today. Right, let's get the flaps in. Lights are all set already because we basically just left them from the last place. Once again, I have the sun right in front of us. And reflecting off the ocean like that is gonna suck quite a bit. Okay, again, full flaps landing, reverse on touchdown. Should have plenty of runway to spare. Building on the right feels a little close. Should be fine though. What a crazy place to live. I wonder why people would actually live here. Is this like a holiday resort or something?
Minimums.
I mean, what do they do here? Fishing?
100.
All I could think of.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
That was a harder landing than we like to see, pilot.
Brilliant. So Neofly says hard landing. FS Realistic says nice landing.
Clear the runway and taxi to parking.
Again, no issues with the distance. Flaps coming up. Turn the landing lights off, I suppose. Didn't do that last time. Don't really want to stop next to the fuel box because it might cause issues. I'm trying to refuel us. Although the new flight sims are not like FSX where it would just bump you up to full fuel. Cause loads of issues with add-ons like FS Economy. I'm pretty sure 2020 and 2024 will just bring up the fueling box. Like dialog box thing. Anyway, we're gonna go down to this end. That is a very big building to be out here randomly on an island with literally nothing else on it. Kind of weird stuff what they're doing out here. Perfect, we can stop in here and then we're straight out onto the runway again for departure.
Transporter, you can open the doors and begin the disembarkation.
Yeah, that's leg 2 done. A little shark livery.
Transporter from dispatch. Everyone is on the bus. Check that they haven't forgotten anything. Have a nice day.
Let's see what we have from here.
Start your engine.
Okay, we have a couple of passengers. 14 again. That one we can't take. Cool, 14 passengers across to Yam Island, YYMI, which is just next to us here. Let's load that up.
Greetings from the tower. We have a number of passengers that need assistance to board. Please confirm you are ready to receive them.
Cool. YYMI.
Transporter, boarding has started.
Nice big wheels on the trotter. Okay, let's jump aboard. Doors closed. Put this in so long. Okay, so Yam Island is going to take us to the west, I believe, or like kind of west-northwest. Right there on board. Let's get... Wow, we'll just turn all the lights on again. Piece of heat we don't need. Generators will do after we start. Okay, fuel up. Props. Engine lift. Nice quick turnaround. Okay, engine right. Right, so we'll take off in the same direction that we landed, and then left-hand turn onto departure.
From where I'm sitting, taxi to the runway and take off.
Oh, I made a mistake. Need to... How can I... There we go, delete that one. There we go. Okay, flaps. Lights. Generator. 1, 2. Good to go. Props. Parking brake. Okay, hold it on the brakes. Power, here we go. Let's try not over torque it. Something like that. Flaps are still moving. Okay, everything seems good. Here we go. Airspeed's alive. 40. 60.
Pilot, have a nice
That's
flight.
coming up. Crazy. It's probably the most exciting thing that happens all day on this island. Nah, that's kind of mean. Who knows? That big building is Interesting. Although, I mean, that is a generic flight sim building, so it could just be like a hangar or something in real life. Maybe they've got like some seaplanes there. I can't imagine what they would need to do on that island besides fishing or tourism. Okay, 8 minutes out from Yam Island. Let's come down here, stick that on, and stick that on. And we'll just cruise along. That was Coconut Island. Just under 6 minutes out from Yam Island. It's actually getting a little bumpy out there. So this is what I was saying. We just came from Coconut Island, which is tiny. We're going to Yam Island, which is also tiny, and then you've got this big island here with nothing on it. Very strange. This all looks pretty shallow here, like it's all reef or something. This big island and that big island each have nothing on them. That tiny little one straight in front of us has an airstrip. Is this even water in Flight Sim? Yeah, I think it is. what does the runway setup look like here? Okay, so it's basically straight in front of us, but because of the wind, I think we're going to land opposite directions. So we'll go past the airport, circle around again, like we have been doing. And I think I'm probably going to leave it there for this episode. We've been going for an hour and a half. And we'll pick up in the next step from here at Yam Island. This one looks like it's all forest, actually. I don't even see any buildings. Yeah, I can see the strip in the middle there. Now, I wonder if this is like some sort of research place, because there's not a lot of buildings or anything here. Like research into the reef, maybe even some of like the jungle vegetation that's on here, because look how small this is. See, there's definitely a little thing for boats on this side. Oh, there's like a little village on that side. Runway's 2,600 feet, so it's actually longer than the one we just landed on. A little bit tighter in there with all of the trees, though. Bringing it a little low there.
Don't sink.
Okay, let's get the flaps out.
Don't sink.
Oh, turbine lag.
Don't sink.
Clouds are actually looking pretty dark. Those trees are quite tight, I think. Should be alright. Okay, everything looks good. Flaps, lights, fuel, props.
Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
We have touchdown.
there we go. A little bit dodgy, that approach. Okay, let's get the flaps up. I believe the apron was at the end here. Right, welcome to Yam Island. Very, very different from the other ones we visited so far. I want to know what happens out here as well. Okay, here's like a little fuel bay thing. Looks like where we touched down here. Landing lights coming off. Gonna hit that building with my wing. No, should be good. It's quite an abrupt stop. It's not the end of the world. Okay, brakes set. Engines shut down. We can switch off generators,
Okay,
and this time we'll switch off everything. And that's basically it, right? This can go back to normal. These can go back to off. This goes to off. Right, and then it's just these. Yeah, there it is. We'll spend a bit of time on Yam Island and then see what there is from here.
Dispatch.
Clouds are starting to build.
Mission completed. Thanks, and bye.
Yeah, there it is. The Twin Otter I still think flies really, really well. I mean, that was the first time I've ever actually flown it. Flies really cool, great performance. I feel like there's a couple of bugs in the Flight Sim 2024 version, which I guess is a bit unsurprising at this point. But other than that, a nice successful Neofly episode. So that's going to bring us to the end of this video. And as always, if you made it right to this point, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, if you want to follow along with the Neofly series, you know what to do down below, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.